What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to Frackinstate. Got Bryson with me, and when we talked about, okay, he's showing a card. I don't know if the Zoom will do it,
It
so
never, it always when you're talking, it won't show it. So I like to just make faces, or in this case, I showed him a Shea Gilgeous-Alexander basketball card.
as you
The
missed,
MVP.
how you missed that one shot in the last video you were
I'm
in.
not missing today.
No, okay. Um, So we talked about how we were gonna do like a fun video, and it was a bracket that
Hmm
was little unfortunately timed from going inside the March Madness. We
hmm
missed it a little bit.
Missed a little bit,
So
but the championship was just on Monday, so we're still the same week as the championship.
okay, yeah. So that was a little bit of a mistiming on us, but we went by conference and how they finished in the football standings for where they were in the seating. Not on our preference because I would not have Texas Tech at number one in the Big 12 or Indiana in the Big
I
10.
actually would have Texas Tech at number one in the Big 12. They're my favorite team down there. Got a lot of
Anyways,
cool people from
I
Texas
would
Tech.
not
Shout out
have
LT.
Duke number one, which
I
is
love
funny.
Duke.
The
Oh wait,
top three in um basketball were the same in football, which is really
um,
funny.
I think we had
Did you see that a little different? We didn't talk about how we were seeing it, but
I I just used ESPN.
I use just the football standings. Anyways, let's
Oh
get
wow.
down to business. We should, I mean, we're gonna end up with a winner, so I guess that's really the whole point of the video, right?
Right.
Okay. Also, how we did it was off. I did it off of what the actual mascot, not like what the team name was, so I wouldn't pick Hurricanes. Like I picked the bird that they have to represent. Because the natural disasters would just win.
Here's the thing, Cody. I went with the team names and the national disasters don't necessarily win. We'll see how it goes. Because this is who would win in a fight to the death, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Okay. Uh, shall we
You
start
want
in
to
the
start?
SEC?
I mean, got to. We're SEC. There was that comment that accused us of being Big Ten fans.
You know what? That
Um,
just means we start in the Big Ten, apparently, because that's where we like to talk. Okay. Indiana. Okay. You
oh well, the
didn't
Big Ten is
do.
crazy.
You didn't do for the 15 and 16. You didn't do the bottom four going
I
into.
didn't do a I didn't do a plan, but even if I did, it would have been the same result.
Yeah. Maryland and Wisconsin, I took Wisconsin. Purdue and Michigan State, I took Michigan State.
Yeah, I would have had the
Um,
exact same.
and then Indiana and Michigan State, mm, I picked Michigan State.
Yep.
Minnesota, Washington, I picked Washington. Uh, USC, Penn State, I picked Penn State, which is a little surprising.
Wait,
Um,
you said you had
I
Michigan
had the
versus.
Nittany Lions beating the Trojans.
Yes, I did as well.
The Wolverines getting beaten by the Bruins.
Yep, I had that as well.
So they didn't even advance past first round. They won the Natty, but they're knocked out in the first round. Uh, I had Northwestern beating Iowa,
Yep, I had that as well. Wildcats over Hawkeyes.
Rutgers over the Ducks,
Yep, same here.
Nebraska over Illinois.
Okay, so I guess the standings that I looked at had Washington, Illinois flipped.
Okay.
They had Washington at 7, Illinois 8. But yeah, the Cornhuskers advancing the second round.
Oh wait, no, I picked Illinois. I did not pick the Cornhuskers. I think I just was like, what is an Illinois? And I'm like, is it just
Illini.
Illini? Is it just a person from Illinois? If so,
Yeah, I
I
think
guess
so. But it's the Fighting Illini, so specifically the fighters of Illinois, I think.
which
You know.
how much violence is in Chicago.
Yeah, that's a great point.
I think it's and then Ohio State, Wisconsin with a big upset, Wisconsin.
Big ups. I mean,
Oh.
the 1 seed went down, the 2 seed went down, the 3 seed went down, the 4 seed. I mean, this was I picked every single upset except I had the 8-9 as Illinois, Minnesota. I picked the Fighting Illini over the Golden Gophers. Other than that, every single upset in the Big Ten.
So very unlike the football
Very
down
unlike the
there.
football. It seems like we picked it pretty much the same, but I mean, yeah, if you're going off of mascots, the Big Ten would be flipped on its head.
Yeah. Um so moving on to the round of 32 for the Big Ten. Michigan
Hmm.
State and Washington. I picked Michigan State. Spartans
Yeah,
gonna kill a Husky.
gotta go with the Spartans.
UCLA and Penn State. I picked UCLA. I
I
just
did
think
too.
I
Yeah,
just
I
think
had
a
a
bear is
bear.
gonna beat Mountain Lion. So um and plus it's a Bruin, which makes me think it's like a brown or a grizzly bear. If it was like a black bear, I'd be like,
Maybe not. Yeah,
but
but
a
the
grizzly, yeah, I'd take the grizzly. Northwestern and Rutgers, I pick Rutgers.
yep, yep,
And
I did as
then
well.
Illinois and Wisconsin. I picked Wisconsin. I don't know why I did that
You
one.
took a Badger over a dude.
I don't see I had the confusion about what a Illinois or Illinois. I don't know why I always mess up on that word, but
Illini.
yeah. So anyways,
Yeah, I mean, for me there. So again, so since we had 7 and 8 flipped, I actually had the Cornhuskers beating the Huskies, and then the Cornhuskers also beating Wisconsin Badgers. So I actually have the Cornhuskers in my Sweet 16, but just because they kind of haven't ran into anything so far.
okay. So Sweet 16 then.
Hmm.
Michigan State and UCLA.
Hmm.
This is where the Spartans lose.
Oh, Cody, I disagree.
I picked a grizzly
This
bear. I don't
the
know.
Spartans are known for their ferocity and their intense training. I'm taking the Spartan. Like they got the shield, they got like a sword or a spear. I mean, if you give me an experienced Spartan, I'm taking the Spartan. I
Uh,
had them winning that
and
matchup.
then Rutgers and Wisconsin. Uh, I picked Rutgers, obviously.
Yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. So for the Elite Eight here, I had Spartans 16 seed versus Scarlet Knights 14 seed, and I mean,
wild.
again, the Spartans win it. I have 16 seed Cinderella story, Michigan State Spartans coming out of the Big Ten. I mean, this I was looking at this is the most amount of studying I've ever done for a video here, Cody. I'll just be honest with you. I was looking up all different kinds of hypotheticals. I was looking up lore on Sparta. And these Spartans, they're crazy. I got them going to the Final Four. They're my winner from the Big Ten
I have UCLA going to the Final Four, beating a Scarlet Knight.
over the Scarlet Knight. Yeah, I'd probably pick a Bear over a Knight.
All right, which conference do you want to go with next? We're
We
obviously
could
not SEC homers, so we should obviously put them last, right?
right. Let's go to the other side of the bracket though, because we did
Big
Big Ten,
12.
ACC. We did SEC. Let's go over to the Big 12, see what's going on
I'll
over there.
let you go through your side and I'll tell you if I
Okay,
match you.
so Texas Tech versus OSU, Red Raiders versus Cowboys. Close one. I feel like I did take the Red Raiders though.
Okay, I took OSU. Took
Okay, see that's this, no spoilers, but this is going to change a lot because the Red Raiders. So they're on a horse and they have a gun.
that.
Cowboys
That's
also
fair.
Cowboys also have
That
a gun. Not generally depicted on a horse, though. That's why I took the Red Raiders.
Okay, you know what? That's fair. That's fair. I
Oh,
didn't think about the horse. But
yeah.
so
Um,
I
eight,
mean, but
nine.
if the cowboy shoots the horse,
But then the guy on the horse shooting the cowboy, so it's like he's
yeah,
still
that's
walking out
true.
there alive. I'm just like, he's got the mobility, he's got the, I don't know the speed of a who's shooting faster, but I took the Red Raider there. The 8-9 matchup, Wildcats versus Horned Frogs. I took Wildcats.
Same.
Like, yeah, not much, not much to say there. 5-12 Wildcats versus Jayhawks. Again, took the Wildcats.
Agree.
Yep. Cougars versus Knights, 4-13 matchup. Was a tough one. You know, Knights, again, they got the shield, they got the sword. But I'm like, how many Knights have even seen a cougar before? I actually
Mm-hmm.
took the Cougars here.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Did you go with the same?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
That one tripped me up too. I
Yeah.
won't lie.
It's tough. Um, Sun Devils versus Baylor Bears. Had to go with the Sun Devil. I mean, that's the devil versus a bear. I'm gotta go with that personally.
See, I was just like I just don't think that that Sun Devil is too intimidating of like how he's depicted. So I
Mm,
was like, I think a bear could beat that.
you went with the bear?
Yeah. So I went with
Okay, I was
Baylor.
thinking like the devil basically. So
Okay.
I went with the Sun Devils.
So
But like
I
yeah, if it was just like the mascot, yeah, a bear could take that guy down.
uh
Um,
yeah,
three
next up.
fourteen Utes versus Mountaineers. I was just thinking, who would I rather fight? Someone from Utah or someone from the mountains in West Virginia? I'd rather fight someone from Utah. So I took the Mountaineers 14 over the 3 on that one.
Okay, so I did the same thing, but a, a Ute is also like a geographical feature. It's like a
Mm,
mountain. And I was like, well, the mountaineer's gonna climb the mountain and obviously
right.
conquer it. So like,
Either way you slice it, yeah, taking the Mountaineers there.
yeah.
Um, so 7-10, I know we did this one a little differently. Cyclones versus Bearcats. I took the Cyclones because the Cyclone is absolutely destroying whatever the heck a Bearcat is. But
I
you, I don't.
I took it as that red bird. I'm pretty sure it's cardinal.
Mhm,
And that versus a bearcat. I'm taking a
right,
bearcat.
taking the
So
Bearcat. Okay, this one, the last first round matchup here, Cougars versus Buffaloes. I did a good amount of research on this, and there was actually some heavy debate online between these two specific animals fighting. But from what I could come up with, a buffalo would take it.
I mean, a buffalo is a powerful animal.
Very powerful, and they have that strong hide. It's hard. They're hard to attack.
Yeah. But I just know how cougars are, so I was like, I don't know. I feel like they
You
would
did go with the
be
cougar.
I did go with the cougar,
Okay,
which makes it a little more complicated. So let's run through round of 32 now.
round of 32. So I have Red Raiders, Wildcats. You have Cowboys, Wildcats.
hmm
I took the Red Raiders again. They have the mobility. He has a gun. I'm like, I don't know how far you want to take a guy with a gun versus any animal. But I was like, versus a wildcat. Wildcats are actually pretty small. I'm taking the even if you're just counting the horse, could take the wildcat by itself. So I took the Red Raiders right there.
I did take Pistol Pete versus the
Okay,
Wildcats.
so yeah, same logic there.
Yeah.
Cougars versus Wildcats. Cougars just bigger and stronger. I took the Cougars.
I
Yeah.
same.
Okay, Sun Devil versus Mountaineers. Again, I was talking about it being like the devil. But get this, Cody. 64% of the population in West Virginia identifies as Christian. So that means there's a 64% chance at any given Mountaineer, and I bet the percentage is higher of Mountaineer people, but 64% as just a usable number, they're a Christian. And praise God, we have power and authority over the devil. So I took, give me the 14 over the 6 West Virginia Mountaineers to move on to the Sweet 16.
Hey, you want to know something? We
Let's
have the
hear it.
same we have the
Come
same
on.
I I mean I didn't have the Sun Devil, but the Mountaineer obviously would have a gun.
Hmm.
If you see him on I don't know what his name is that shows up on the football field, but he has a gun with him. So he's depicted with a gun.
Yeah,
So, West Virginia.
I like it. Um, and then that next one would be you'd have the Bearcats versus the
Hmm.
Cougars, and I have
Yep.
Cyclones versus Buffalo, which again, a cyclone is just as wiping out a buffalo, so I took the Cyclones.
Yep. I did Bearcat and Cougars and just the Cougar.
Yeah.
So
So you have two Cougars
I had two
in your
Cougars.
okay, I like it. Um yeah, so then yeah, moving into the Sweet 16 matchups here. Red Raiders versus a Cougar. Again, he's got a gun, and it's like a guy with a gun can just go pretty far, you know. Especially a Cougar, I'm like, you know, they're not like the fastest or anything. They're not huge. Like, even if he gets knocked off his horse, I feel like he still has a fighting chance to kind of maneuver himself and attack it. So I took the Red Raider once again.
See, it's Pistol Pete, so I'm like, I don't know if he's got that Cougar on this
Hmm.
one. So I took the Cougars.
Oh, I know what's about to happen for you. I see. I see what's going on. So for me, I have the Mountaineers versus the Cyclones. Again, it's a Cyclone. Had to take the Cyclone. But for you, boom.
I'm taking the Cougars. I don't
Oh,
think
you're
he's
taking the
gonna be able
Cougars.
to jam that and
So
jam
you
it.
have for your Elite Eight matchup, you have Cougars versus the Cougars.
Yep.
How'd you decide that one?
So then I took it to which one I think is more swaggy on the football field. Um,
Mm,
the BYU Cougar, he's always doing stunts, so I took BYU
okay, I like it. BYU Cougar.
out of the big.
Um, yeah. So for me, I had the Red Raiders versus the Cyclones, and Cyclones they just move through. They move at like 40 miles per hour laterally on land, like driving the speed limit down Maine. But do you know how fast horses go, Cody? They can move up to 53 miles per hour. And cyclones, they only last a couple hours to a couple days. That horse, I mean, as long as you feed him and give him water, he's going for Lord knows how long. Give me the one seed Texas Tech Raiders to make it to the Final Four, come out of the Big 12 to outlast the Cyclones. Because here's the thing, it's a fight to the death. This horse is just going. He's going west until the Cyclone just gives up and it's over.
I
So
guess
I'm
it
taking it.
depends on if it's a F1 or like a F5. Because if it's
Yeah,
an
that does.
F5,
Yeah,
it's tearing through everything.
but I've got chalk out of the Big 12. A conference known for chaos. I got Texas Tech coming out on top.
Hey, their NIL money did wonders for them. And
Yeah,
it gave that horse enough food to outlast the Cyclones.
really, it's just Cody Campbell in the Final Four.
Right. You're so right. Okay. So let's move on to the ACC, shall we?
Let's do it.
So I'll go through this one. Uh, 16, Boston for that one. It was Boston College and Syracuse. Um,
Hmm.
I don't think an orange can do anything in this matchup, so I took Boston College. And then UNC versus Va Tech. Not really sure what a Hokey is, but that Tar Heel, which is the Ram, I took
Hmm.
Ramses to win
Okay.
that one. So Duke at Boston College, I took the Blue Devils. Um, Cal at Clemson. I took Clemson because it's the Tiger, not the Bears. Pitt at Wake Forest. A Demon Deacon versus a Panther. Um, I'm I'm assuming because it's Deacon, that means it's a person.
I did some research on that. It's just a dude. He's just a deacon. That's it.
So I'm taking a Panther.
Yeah, I did the same.
Miami at Stanford. I'm thinking that whatever bird that's called, I don't know. It's like a stork.
Mhm.
It's gonna be able to beat that tree.
Yeah, and for me, it's a hurricane. That's definitely beating a tree.
Yeah. Um, a Mustang versus a Cardinal. I'm taking the Mustang. SMU moves on. Notre Dame versus Florida State. The Fighting Irish. I'm assuming now they don't have guns, but the white man did do a lot of terrible things
Wow.
to the Native
Wow.
Americans. So they are beating Florida State.
No, I got the Seminoles coming out of that one. You're just you don't know ball about the Seminoles, I guess.
Historically accurate.
Okay, that's crazy.
Georgia Tech, a B versus a Wolf Pack. Um, Give me a wolf pack here. And then Virginia and UNC give me a Cavalier.
Yeah, it seems like I don't know what because our Big Ten and Big 12 rankings were the same. It seems like our ACC rankings were very different. I just used the one on ESPN. That one had Duke at 7,
Well, because
which
Duke
kind of
won, but Duke won the conference, so that's why they were at number one.
right. But then, like on I don't know on the thing that I saw, they were like seventh in like even conference rankings. I don't know why, but so that messed up a lot of the first round matchups. But I think it'll kind of even out for me. Yeah, I'll just say I guess the teams that came out of it was the Cavaliers, the Wolfpack, Panthers, Hurricanes, all the same as you. I had the Seminoles over the Irish. I for me it worked out. It was Yellow Jackets versus Cardinals. So I took Cardinals, Blue Devils over the Clemson Tigers, and then Tar Heels over the Mustangs. Because Tar Heels, I guess, refers to just North Carolina and like the people of North Carolina. So I went Tar Heels there.
Yeah, I went with the Ram because it is
Right.
depicted as a Ram. So then that would mean my round of 32, Duke and
Mm-hmm.
Clemson. Uh, I think the Tigers winning that fight, so I'm taking Clemson. Pitt and Miami, that bird is getting torn to shreds by a panther.
See, I had the same matchup, Pitt Miami, but again, going the Hurricane. So
The Hurricanes tearing through that, yeah. Um, SMU uh, and Notre Dame. I just think a Mustang could outrun an Irishman or kick him in the face, give him a concussion, you know. Several there horses are mean. I'm just saying.
yeah, I agree with that take. I mean, I had both those teams. I had
So I had
SMU losing the first
SME
round.
moving on.
Yeah,
And then Wolf Pack versus some Cavaliers, and I have the Wolf Pack.
yeah, I had the same Wolfpack over the Cavaliers. So, what are your final four teams in the ACC?
Clemson, Pitt, SMU, NC State.
Okay, the only same team that we have in NC State because I have Miami over Pitt. I had Florida. I had the Seminoles. So the Seminoles they beat the Irish for me, and they got faced up against the Cardinals, another easy win. So the Seminoles are in my final four for the ACC, and the Tar Heels actually had over the Blue Devils. Same logic. North Carolina, 69% identify as Christian. So I'm like, I got a 69% chance of them winning in the match over the Blue Devils. I like those odds, so I took North Carolina there.
Not bad. Clemson and Pitt, a tiger versus a panther.
Close,
It is close, but a
but
tiger is just bigger and stronger, so I
yeah,
took the tiger. And then SMU versus a wolf pack. I'm taking a wolf pack.
yeah. For me, it was the Hurricanes over the Wolfpack. It's again, it's a hurricane, and I'm giving Miami the benefit of the doubt. I'm saying Category 5 hurricane. Um, and then Seminoles versus Tar Heels. As a Native American myself, identify with my Seminole brothers, um, and I gave them the win over the Tar Heels just because they're both people, and I'm like the Seminoles might have a weapon. They have the tomahawk, target. Yeah, average North Carolina, and I don't know what they have. Maybe I don't know. I wouldn't even hedge a guess.
Never over there.
Yeah, haven't been. Would love to go. Haven't been though.
Um, so were we on our top two now?
Yeah.
Okay. My top two were Clemson and NC State.
Oh, a pack of wolves, which again I looked that up, is between 2 to 12, so averaging about 6 or 7 wolves.
And so I think a wolf pack could beat up a tiger.
Yeah,
Just one tiger versus several wolves. The tiger may be stronger, but there's more wolves, and
yeah. There's
that's
too many.
yeah. So
They just got to get one good bite to the neck too, and it's like it's over.
yeah. So I have NC State representing the ACC. I already know
I like
yours,
that.
so
Yeah, so I got the Hurricanes versus the Seminoles, and obviously like a Category 5 hurricane, especially in Florida, is wiping that out. But oh, Cody, where are the Seminoles? There are a few of them still left in Florida, but they moved. Most of them are in Oklahoma now, and there are zero hurricanes in Oklahoma. Give me the Florida State Seminoles 14 seed to come to the Final Four, beating the Hurricanes, outlasting them. They have that mobility. The Hurricane just can't keep up. We walk all the way, take refuge in Oklahoma, and the Hurricane just can't find us there. Hurricanes are
in
zero in
that
a
case,
billion in
they're
Oklahoma.
thanking Andrew Jackson for that.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from commenting on that. But go
Listen,
Seminoles.
I mean, in that case, hindsight 2020, being away
Right.
from hurricanes probably a good thing. But
What a good thing.
not a great segment of our United States history. So I have NC
No,
State representing us, and you have
I
who?
like it. The Florida State Seminoles.
Okay. SEC time because we're not homers, so they deserve to be last.
I am a homer.
Anyways, I will let you go.
Okay, number one, Ole Miss versus 16 Arkansas. You have the same standings as me?
I did it off of how they finished. And no, I have Georgia at Arkansas
What? I'm okay.
because
I don't know
Georgia
how.
won the conference. That's why I
But Ole
have.
Miss had a better conference record, though.
Yeah, but Georgia won the conference, so they're just
Fair
number
enough. Fair enough. Okie dokie. It shouldn't make too much of a difference. They'll just be on opposite sides of the bracket. Do you have Ole Miss at 2 or 3?
3.
Okay. Well, that might make things a little tricky then, but it'll be fine. So Ole Miss versus Arkansas. I have a Rebel because they have a gun over the Razorbacks. They're going hog hunting. For me, I guess for you, you'd probably have the Razorbacks
Yes, I did.
over a Bulldog.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a pretty sight. The 8-9 matchup, Missouri versus Tennessee. This was a tough one because I know the Volunteers have a gun, but the Tennessee Volunteers have never seen a Tiger before. I don't know how they're going to react. Especially if the Tiger gets some surprise action if it sneaks up on them. They're volunteers. Like they might not even be in uniform. They might not be ready to go. I took the Tigers in this matchup. Did you
Interesting.
do the same?
Yeah, I took the Tigers.
Okay.
Well, mine was because I was using Smokey the dog. So
Oh, so it was never going to be close.
it was not gonna be close.
Okay, this is a good one. 5-12. What a matchup here. The Longhorns versus the Gators.
I picked the Gators.
Yeah, I did the same. I mean, alligators are so strong. Their bite is just crazy.
They are
4-13.
dinosaurs.
They're dinosaurs. 4-13. Did you also have Bama versus Auburn?
I had A&M Auburn.
Okay, I had A&M at 3, Bama at 4. Um,
But
I guess you had Bama at 2.
I picked A&M because I was picking Old Sarge. And so I'm just saying it's the whole core cadets. I think they're
Okay,
being a
wow.
tiger.
You might have
Him
A&M
with
going
that
to.
cannon just
You're gonna have A&M going a lot farther than I did then. Um, but for me, a Crimson Tide versus a single Tiger, I'm taking. I mean, tigers don't like water, or cats don't like water. I'm taking the Crimson Tide there. 6-11 OU versus Kentucky. Is that what you had?
Yep.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, I took the Sooners there. A,
Hmm.
a Sooner versus a Wildcat. I'm taking a Sooner. And then for me, I had
I just
Aggies
thought the ponies
versus
could outrun the Wildcat
yeah,
or just trample him.
for sure. Aggie, I had A&M versus Mississippi State. I took the Aggies over a Bulldog. I'm like that's just a person versus a
So
dog.
for Ole Miss, I had Ole Miss and Mississippi State.
Hmm.
And because they have several, and what's on the field is a shark, and I thought this was on land, so shark's not surviving.
Oh, so you took the Bulldogs.
So I took the Bulldogs.
Okay, gotcha. Wow, would not have expected a Bulldog to make it out of the first round, at least in that matchup.
No.
Um,
Do you have Vandy
7-10,
LSU?
Vandy LSU. I mean, a Tiger, I think, is smoking a
Yeah.
Commodore. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know if you guys have seen Pirates of the Caribbean, but the Commodore in that is not killing a Tiger.
Yeah.
That dude is getting
Mike the
handled.
Tiger is taken down.
Yeah. And then 215, I had Georgia versus the Bulldogs versus the Gamecocks. It was actually close. I thought a Bulldog versus a Gamecock could be a good little fight
I
right there.
That would be a good fight.
But I did take the Bulldogs.
I had Alabama as the elephant.
That would
So I
destroy a
picked
Gamecock.
Alabama versus a
Yeah,
chick. I know. I mean, the elephant nearly just has to take one step, and that chicken's dead. So
Chicken's dead. Okay. So next round, I have Ole Miss, Missouri. Again, it's a Tiger. I mean, Tigers are just crazy. So I took the Tigers there.
I uh Razorback versus a tiger. I took a tiger.
Yeah. 12-4 matchup. I have the Gators versus the Crimson Tide. That's gonna be different for you. So let me know what that is. But Gators versus water. Definitely Gators. They literally live in water.
Florida and A&M. I had Florida.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Yep.
Gators are strong.
Gators are,
So
and if it does its curl, death
yeah,
roll,
it's over.
you're
It's
dead.
over. Sooners versus Aggies. Again, for me, that was just like a dude who got to the land early versus a dude like a farmer from Texas. They're basically the same. So I just went with the Sooners because I'm an OU fan.
Except I think, yeah, that's that's pretty sure. If you would have gone with like the core, I would have said I would have taken the A&M over
Right.
you, but it's not. Oklahoma and Mississippi State, the ponies are just going to trample
Yeah.
a bulldog.
Give me the ponies.
That is as far as the Bulldogs got.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I
Um,
also have a Bulldog in my second round, Tigers versus Bulldogs, but again, Tigers just they're too
that would
strong.
not be pretty.
No.
And then LSU, Alabama, I had
Mm.
LSU.
Yeah. Yeah, I think
I
so.
think a tiger could beat an elephant.
That'd
Just
be interesting to
it's
watch.
if it just gets it enough to bleed out, like
Hmm.
I do think it would be an interesting fight though.
Yeah.
I think out of 10, it's probably pretty even.
Yeah, for sure. I think
Yeah.
so. Kind of
Okay.
just who gets the first really devastating blow. All
Final
right, our
four.
final four for the SEC. I have the Missouri Tigers versus the Florida Gators.
Mm-hmm.
I went back and forth on this. I was looking into it. It was like on land, Tigers have the advantage, and water, Gators have the advantage. In shallow water, it's
I
very
don't
close.
know. I don't know actually. Tigers are really good in water.
That's what it said. Shallow water, it's actually very close. It said deep water, obviously Gator. On land, obviously Tiger. But like shallow water, it's like dead even. But Cody, where do we play these games? We play them on a football field. Give me the Missouri Tigers to move on to the final Elite Eight.
I what?
Elite Eight of the whole thing, but final
Oh,
two of
yeah,
the
okay.
SEC.
Missouri I took too. Just you know, I you have if you ever turned on Nature Discovery or whatever it's called, Discovery Channel, you'll
Mhm.
see a tiger kill a crocodile. So it could do the same to an alligator. So I took
Yeah,
Missouri. And then the Sooners versus LSU. Sorry,
this is
LSU.
where it ends.
I mean, sorry, Sooners.
Oh, I thought you said I was like, you're taking a horse over a tiger, and I mean, for
Yeah,
me, it's a
no,
person versus a tiger, and they
yeah,
don't have any weapons,
yeah.
tigers. So just like the Big 12 for you, and this is the first time for me, but tigers versus tigers. And I actually did the same thing you did. I was like, which one's the scarier tiger?
Mhm.
LSU.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
agree?
yeah.
Yep.
Mike the Tiger versus Truman, and Mike is a little scarier than Truman. So
Yeah.
yeah, LSU moving on, and then LSU and BYU. Who you got? Or
So for me,
that
it was
was mine.
LSU. Yeah, for me, it was LSU versus Texas Tech, the Red Raiders. And this is where the Red Raiders shenanigans come to an end. I know he's got the horse. I know he's got a gun. It's a tiger, though. He beat a cougar. I gave him the cougar. I gave him the benefit of the doubt on that one. I let him outrun the Cyclone. The road ends here, buddy. LSU Tigers coming to the final two, the championship.
Yep, I had LSU beating the Cougar
Right.
of BYU. UCLA and NC State were mine. What were your again?
Yeah, so you
Florida
have a
State.
bear versus a wolf pack. I have Florida State and the Spartans. Again, I love the Seminoles, but man, this 16 seed Spartans beating the Hoosiers, beating the Fighting Illini, beating the Bruins, and then beating the Scarlet Knights. I mean, what a road, what a path they've been on. And what's one more Native American to take out? The Spartans going to the championship. They've got just again their battle tactics and their experience is crazy. They're going up against a Tiger in the national championship.
I I had the Bruins and the Wolf Pack. The Wolves are gonna beat
It's
the
just too
Bears.
many. A
Yeah,
wolf pack, it's just too many wolves.
yeah.
It's just too many.
So my
Um,
my for the championship, it's LSU and NC State.
mhm.
And I picked NC State.
Yeah.
I
I mean,
picked the
you did already
Wolfpack.
have them beating a
Clemson,
Tiger, didn't
so
you? Yeah.
yeah. I
Had to
was
do it.
like, if we're going off of maybe they're a little injured off of that, like
Hmm.
maybe, but I'm like,
It's
if it's the
true.
same logic there, it's the same logic here. So
Yeah. If you were fighting them after they've already fought and everybody else, like if it like an actual how it would work if they were all fighting, in that case I would take the Tiger. If the Tiger's made it that far, the Tiger's still fine. But the Wolfpack, I mean, the first Tiger and the Bear has definitely picked off at least three or four of the Wolves. And then you've got like one Tiger versus like two or three Wolves. I'm thinking the Tiger in that scenario.
right.
But in this scenario where they're perfectly healthy,
And
a wolf
and
a wolf
like
pack's just
you
too hard
see
to
like
beat.
hyenas beating lions. So
Right.
it's
They just need the numbers.
bigger hyenas versus a tiger. And so
Hmm.
like yeah, I go with NC State. So my national championship was NC State and yours was
Man. So in the championship I had the Spartans versus the Tigers. And yeah, I
no
mean it's a
way.
tiger. It's a tiger, you know. The Spartans they come in. I don't even know like what kind of armor do they I know they have a shield and they have like a spear or something. I'm just kidding. The Spartans are battle tested, battle ready, and they've killed much larger, much scarier, much more fierce opponents than a singular measly tiger from.
All right.
Thank you to producer Gary for getting us back online. Sorry for the technical difficulties that interrupted my speech. I think I was getting a little animated there at the end. Um, but yeah, I mean, 16 seed Spartans completing the Cinderella run. No one thought it was possible. They had to go through the actual national champions in Indiana. They had to go through a bear. They had to go through a knight. They had to go through a tiger. But in the end, they get it done. They're battle tested, battle ready. And I mean, you put all these things in an arena, Spartans coming out on top.
Now, if the Hurricanes got out of
Now, if we had to play all these
the
games in
ACC.
Florida, it's just a hurricane. It is not even close, and there's nobody else that has a conversation.
If the Hurricanes went out of the ACC or the Cyclones out of the Big 12, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure.
If either of the Devils were treated as actual Devils, and I didn't kind of cheese my way out of that one, we just have natural disasters versus Satan. So, but had to find some fun ways to kind of fix those.
Yeah, for sure. So, I'm not gonna let you maybe possibly screw this one up. So, not what does the red button do, but what about the mailbag, Bryson?
The mailbag, Cody. Send in your hot takes, your questions, your thoughts into the comment section, into the DMs of the frickin' Frackin' Sports on Instagram. They have Twitter as well, or not Twitter, sorry, but X.
Yes, it is.
X.
It is
Send it over
Cody
to
G.
Cody G. Send it over there. Send in your hot takes. Send in your thoughts that get them here live on air. Not live. You don't do the show live, but put it on air. Cody, maybe me, maybe I'll be there. We'll reply, respond,
Hey,
react
hey,
to your
who
thoughts.
wants Bryson to respond to your
And well,
your
hey, if you got one specifically for me, let me know. I'd love to hear your terrible takes, and maybe agree with them. Whatever, you know what? I'll just agree with you no matter what. If it's a hot take, I'll just defend you. Cody will disagree. I'll just defend it for you. I'll just be your defense. So send them in, and you got someone here to defend you.
And he also is forgetting one thing, but I'm not gonna say anything about
Oh, you think I'm forgetting? Man, see, you weren't supposed to say I was gonna do it. I
I
was
think
gonna
you
make a
did
thing
forget.
of it. No, I never forget. Um, it's actually in what's today? Is today the 10th? No,
No,
today's the 8th. In 9 days, we complete a year and a half of dating with my wonderful girlfriend, Emily Martin. Shout out to her. She's a lovely gal. I'll be seeing her tonight. I'm going to go pick her up for dinner here in like 20 minutes. So can't wait to
yeah,
do that. But shout out to her. Thanks, Cody,
yeah.
for sprinkling that in there. I was going to get it there at the end, but it's going to pop back in right as you thought. Right as you thought the video was ending, I was going to slam it home. But happy to do it right now.
Hey, maybe someone just shouts out your girlfriend for you on a
Hey, shout out
mailbag.
to my girlfriend. She's great.
I would be like, no freaking fracking way. See how I got my show title in
Mm,
there?
that's good.
So, anyways, hope y'all enjoyed that video. By the way, ACC jersey patches, blind ranking, we're gonna
What do you
battle it
think?
out. We're gonna
What do you
battle it
think?
out. And then by that time, you guys tell us who wins that one
Yep.
because Bryson will be giving me his jersey patch ideas for the ACC, and I will be blind ranking. So, uh,
You're
we're
going down,
thinking
coach.
I won the Big 12 as he had
Yeah, you got me there.
yeah. And if
You
you
got me
haven't
there.
watched that video, go watch it. It will
No
be
spoilers, but it's a good video.
no spoilers. It'll be not linked into this video.
Well, you
So,
can find it. Y'all are smart. You'll figure it out.
yeah. Anyways, hope you all enjoyed that video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, hope you all have a wonderful day and God bless.